Right, guys, welcome to my video. Let's get straight to it. No fancy intros or any nonsense like that. So the wood I'm choosing for this build is some 6x1. This is some 6x1 I had left over. It's a bit warped and there's a few cracks down the middle, so there weren't really much I could do with it. And I'm using some, what you see behind me there is a few bits of odd 2x4s and stuff like that. So it's partly a scrap wood build, and this, would you call it scrap? I don't know. I mean, it would come in handy for something, but I'm just using it up anyway before I put my next wood order in next week. So I'm just getting a rough dimensions wrote down there just to see if I can get it right. And with this project, I'm actually winging it a little bit. I'm testing myself. This is a test for me. I'm just trying to see if I can actually make this or it comes out as I want it. I know what I see in my head. Now, whether that comes into fruition, you'll see at the end of the video. And when you see what I've made at the end of the video, please comment and let me know your thoughts. Based on that, I'm an hobby sort of woodworker, just like you guys in your sheds and your garages all over the world. We do it for the love of woodworking. So yeah, let me know your comments. So I'm just ripping this 1x6 down into 5cm strips. While you're around the power tools, just be really careful. That blade's just above that wood there, as you can see. And I'm just taking it nice and easy. Now, people say why sometimes they'll wear gloves while I'm sort of working. And these are for my arthritis, so I do need them on sometimes because my hands really sort of like hurt. So I'm just cutting these strips now down 5cm again. So basically what I'm getting is 5cm squares. Really impressed with this Bosch saw. The more I'm using it now, the more I'm sort of really impressed with it. It is a really good bit of kit. It's a 216mm blade, and it works really well for me. So these are these bits of 2x4. I've ripped some of it down here, but you'll see in the next clip that you'll see me just cutting a bit through. So these are various, I'm ripping them down to various thicknesses, some of them being 3cm up to 3.5cm. I think, yeah, about between 3 and 3.5cm. You'll see why. I think a lot of you will have guessed what I'm making up to now. So again, take it nice and easy. I have that sort of line where my hand won't pass there. If it makes it easy, draw the line on there, get a marker and draw the line on your table saw, just so your hands and fingers don't go too far. So what I'm doing here is what would have got, I'm trying to get rid of as many knots as possible. Now, it's not possible on all the project, but I do get rid of a lot of it. One of the tips that some of the guys have said is try and get rid of your knots from pine. It makes your projects look better, which I agree with. And it's good for structurally for what you make. And for this, it'll be aesthetically pleasing as well. I don't get rid of them 100%, but a good 95% of it's not there. So again, I'm just putting these bits of milled down 4x2 into various heights now. The heights range between 5cm and 8cm. And, you know, when you're making these, you could sort of do them in batches and batch them out and make it like a lot quicker. I tend to overthink a lot and making sure I'm getting everything sort of right first time as much as I can. I know I make mistakes. I make loads of mistakes, but just to get it right. So there's all the sort of parts cut. Any guesses yet? There you go. You know now, don't you? I'm making a chess set. So on the internet, I see people making chessboards. Never see anybody seem to be making chess pieces, unless it's like high quality sort of chess pieces, which this is not going to be high quality, obviously. This is the base for it, which is a 12mm ply. But yeah, I see people making chest boards, and then buying in chest pieces, which. Right, guys, just a quick break in the action, just to ask you something. If you wouldn't mind, if you're not already subscribed, if you'd go over and just subscribe and don't miss any of my content by hitting the notification tab. Your support means a lot to me, and I need more people to subscribe. By the end of the year, I want to hit sort of between the 10 and 12,000 subscribers mark, because it helps my channel massively. So if you're watching, you enjoy the content, please, please, please do go over and subscribe. Like I say, it helps massively. Now, to all my existing subscribers, a quick message again. I'm going to be putting another video on each week, and it's going to be a tool related video. I'm unsure which night yet. It's either going to be a Tuesday night or a Friday night, and it's what I'm going to try and do. Obviously there'll be some sort of tools, like a bit of a tool review, speaking about the tool. I'm not really a reviewer, so it's just about, I'm trying to get like cost effective tools for you guys to have a look at and see me using them, that kind of thing. A few companies have reached out to me and I've accepted their thing. It's not a sponsorship deal, I'm not being paid for it or anything like that. So if I think it's junk, I'll tell you it's junk. If it's not junk and it's okay, you know, I'm not going to be honest. Like I said, I'm not being paid, being sponsored. They've asked, can I use a tool in one of my videos? So I thought I might as well use it, because there might be some tools in there that are good for like us hobby woodworkers and beginners and that kind of stuff, that are actually good quality and save you quite a bit of money. So anyway, like I say, that's all in the future. Let's get back to the action. And guys, if you're watching and not subscribed, please just hit that subscribe button and a notification bell. Let's get back. Yeah, I see people making, like I say, like the chest boards. I want to try making the chest pieces as well. So they're not going to be world beating, world leading, world class or anything like that. But I'm having a go and I'm showing yous. So to give you a bit of inspiration, so have a go yourself. Now, I love chess. I've always played chess. I learned chess at a very early age when I was a child, and I think it's really good for kids coming up now. So I'm going to make sure all my grandkids learn chess. You could go out and buy chess sets. That's well, but do you know what? This is going to be something I've made, so it's going to be something special, and hopefully one of my grandkids will like chess that much that they'll say, "Granddad, can I have this chess set?" And I'll go, "No problem. Yeah, of course you can." But for now, it's my chess set. So I tried cutting the chess pieces with various saws, which didn't seem to be working. I didn't want to go near the power tools because the bit, you know, being really small bits of wood and everything. So I'm using coping saw, Japanese saw, and nothing was tending to work for me, just probably because of lack of experience on my part, really. So what I did here, I done another design of the bits, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to sand them in. I'm going to sand designs in. I thought that'll be a little bit different, because I want the chessboard to have like a modern sort of vibe to it anyway. I don't like traditional, even though that's counterproductive. Even though I'm an antique dealer, I don't like traditional. That's my main job. But I like sort of modern looking things. So here's Shelley now picking out which stain, and here he is. Obviously the weather's getting a bit warmer, and she's applying the stain to all the pieces that need applying stain. So she's using a Morel's new medium, okay, spirit based, good stuff. And she's going to go through all the parts and stain everything for me. When she comes out staining, normally this means she's going to claim it, but they all hate playing me at chess because none of them can beat me. So gluing up the base, I could have put glue all over that and just put them down, but I just wanted to take my time, so I was just doing it in stages. Plus it was really warm day when I was doing this, so the glue was going off like really quick. So I just wanted to do it in stages to make sure I got sort of like the right sort of adhesion, and I could line everything up best as I can, because you know the squares are not perfect, and this is pine, so they're not going to be perfect. But down the road, I'm going to be making a hardwood version of this. Not yet, maybe in a year or so's time. Be another project down the road with, I don't know what wood, what'd look nice. Let me know in the comments what sort of wood to contrasting woods. The sort of traditionals, maple and walnut, isn't it? But something a bit different. I'd like to do it something a bit different. I'm just sticking everything on. And I'm alternating the grain patterns as well, which adds to the look, and I think it's good for structure. I believe. Don't hold me to that. So here he is. Sometimes you just need 5 minutes with a dog, don't you? Like, you know, you can work and do what you want, but, you know, he's such a good little dog, Stanley. So everything gets another sanding. Everything gets sanded. It's been sanded, and up to sort of 240 grit is sort of the highest to go. So the baseboard was a bit too big for whatever, you know, the block. So I'm just trimming off the edges here. Again, nice and easy through there. Make sure you stood out the way there, just in case of any kickback. And I know I should have that door open at the back of me there in case anything flies backwards. So I'm just cutting a surrounding. Because it might be a little bit uneven, I'm doing it each piece individually. And again, this saw just makes light work. And that cut, the blade it comes, the stock blade it comes with this Boss saw is really good. So part of me, what I've been doing on the other projects with miter cuts and that is working out well for me here, because I'm really pleased with how that sort of sits now. And now I'm just marking out for plug placement down the side. Now, I'm going to be screwing it and gluing and putting plugs in. Now, I haven't got any of the mahogany plugs cut, so I opted for pine, which in hindsight, I should have just cut some of the mahogany plugs, which would have given it that extra bit of something. Now, I could have made it into a folding chest set where the pieces could sit inside, but I don't like that. I like chest sets where they're sort of like a piece of your furniture, so they're sat on a table and you can just go to them and you can have a game of chess. I don't like them when they're sort of put away. I think chess is a really special game. I think it's good for the brain. And what I will be making for this is some counters. We call it drafts over here. I don't know what you guys in the States and Australia and Canada and all them call it. Is it checkers? I'm not sure. Let me know. But we call it drafts. So I'll be making them pieces for it as well. And maybe some sort of container to keep the pieces in good condition. All the pieces. Maybe that's a different project. What I can show you. So I'm just pilot all in and countersinking all in one here. And again, I've measured out for where the old placements are, so it looks good. I was having a look on internet how much chest sets go for, handmade chest sets. Obviously, a lot better ones than this, by sort of skilled craftsmen. And then the money they command is absolutely amazing. So what I would say to some of you guys out there, get making chest sets, because you'll make money with them. But this build, I really enjoyed doing it. It challenged me mentally. It was one of them builds I got sort of carried away with myself, sort of went into my own little world. And, you know, you come out at sort of 10 a.m. and, you know, before you know it, Shelley's shouting me for my lunch and it's like 3 p.m. No wonder I'm losing weight. Weight loss is going well, by the way, if anybody wants to know. I don't know what weight I am. I'm refusing to get on scales. So I do the fastings from sort of 7 p.m. to 10 a.m. the next morning. And it works really well. All I can have is sort of water. That is so satisfying, that glue coming out of them silicone cake moulds. Works really well. Somebody else suggested yogurt pots as well on one of the comments. So I'm just pushing these in and just giving them a slight tap with the hammer. Nice and easy. You don't need to overhit it here. Just trimming everything off now, the sides. Just taking it nice and slow just to make sure I'm not going to mark up the wood. You could put a card behind there or something like that. I have got a little jig somewhere. I've mislaid it. I'm just sanding everything over again with a combination of 180 grit to clean it up, then a 240 grit over the edges. And I'm just knocking them sort of edges back as well, just so it just feels a bit more tactile. Oh God, look at my arm there. I'm getting bingo wings. Is that what you call them? Bingo wings when you lose weight? Bingo wings. So I've opted for Danish oil. I did put on a post out on a community post, and last time I looked at it, it was 50-50, but I had to get it done. So it's Danish oil I went with. I don't know what it was. I'll double check it, but I had to go with it with the Danish oil. I mean, even on plywood, I mean, look at that. It makes plywood look good, doesn't it? And this is the underside. Everything gets the Danish oil. And it has 2 coats. I'm not going to bore you with a second coat. But it just, look at that. It's just popping that colour. And I think Shelley was spot on with that dark stain she put, that darker stain she put on. It's not overly too dark, but it looks good, doesn't it? That's my opinion anyway. So all the pieces get the same Danish oil. Now, this was laborious, honestly, doing every single piece, then making sure everything is knocked back now with some brown paper to make everything nice and smooth. If you want to learn patience, make a chessboard. Trust me. And here's it's finished. Let me know if you think I've done a good job on it. Got a bit of a modern vibe. Apart from the kings, everything is been, all the contours and everything have been put in using a sander. So I think for my first attempt at a chessboard, it's not too bad. Let me know what you think. Well, I'm going to have some fun with this. I'm going to have some fun. Nobody can beat me at chess. And I can't believe I made it, honestly. I challenged myself. And I think this has given me so much confidence to go on to bigger and better projects. A chessboard, of a simple thing like a chessboard, but I've made the pieces as well. Even though they're simple, I've made them. You can make this. And nobody will play me. Look, play myself. Why not? Let's see if I can beat myself. Thanks for watching, guys. You're all amazing. On to the next one.